Shalom, this is Yuana done with the men of Valor Camp. Want to give all praises due to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Double honors to the elders. Just looking over the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 7 in the current time. And in Ecclesiastes chapter 7, it pretty much just discusses, actually a plethora of things, to be honest. The first thing that had came to my mind was money is a defense, and that's in verse 12. And the reason I was thinking about that is because of how the Bitcoin situation was going on, how people kind of bugging out about it. But I'll get to that in a moment. So I can start from the top. I'm not sure how far I will go, but I'll start from the top. So Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 1 says, "A good name is better than precious ointment, and the day of death than the day of one's birth." So again, just something my mother always told me. You have one thing when you leave this place, and that's your name. So what Marlo Stanfield say on The Wire, "My name is my name." Pusha T used the same thing as his album, but it's a recurring theme. But it's true. Your name is your name. So when you die, that's all you have is your name. So that says that's precious. That's better than precious ointment. And it says the day of your death is better than one's birth. Then the end of the day, when you die, you're gonna have your name, and when you pass, you're gonna be out of this life and out of this misery. So coming in here is like you coming into hell. You leaving here, you back in peace. I said, is it better to go? This is verse 2. To go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting. So it's saying that it's better to mourn, especially on this side, rather than sharing and feasting and partaking in all the joys and splendor in this world. For that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance, the heart is made better. So it's not literally saying like mope around and be all sad and depressed and all that. But sorrow, you kind of like you're upset, you're empathetic, you're sympathetic, but you're not happy in this situation. So it's better than laughter, because if you laughing too much, then you ain't got too many cares in the world. You're not focused. You're not worried. If you laughing all the time, you don't have too much wisdom, more than likely. You're not worried about too many things. It says the heart of the wise is in the house of mourning. So again, that goes back to being wise. So if you laughing and all that stuff like that, man, it's a time for that, and it ain't always the time for that. I know I just said the same thing, but yeah, there's a time for that, and there's a time to laugh and joke. There's a time to be serious, and right now it looks like it's the time to be serious based on that scripture. But it says the heart of the heart, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. So the heart of fools, they want to rejoice, they want to party, they want to have a good time all the time, and that's not prosperous to you. It says it is, because it's pretty much like living in bliss. It's literally the term living. Ignorance is bliss. It says it is better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for a man to hear the song of fools. So again, it's better for you to hear a wise man speak to you, and keep it a buck with you, whether you want to hear it or not. It might be something that you completely don't want to hear, but it's the truth. It's better to hear that than to hear some fly lies. That's just like with women. Women rather hear be told what they want to hear rather than what they need to know, and that's just describing that for us. So, and they do parallel us to being the Most High's woman. So, in this scenario, we need to take heed to what we need to know, and not what we want to hear. So, the song of fools, for the crackling of thorns under a pot, so is the laughter of a fool. This is also vanity. It says, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. So, we've gone over that scripture several times, but again, oppression maketh a wise man mad. A wise man is going to know he's oppressed. A fool's not going to know he's oppressed. And if he does, he doesn't care. He said, and a gift destroyeth the heart. It's a few ways to look at that. At times you may have a talent. I'm like a worldly talent, and you know that that's not as important as this is. A gift destroyeth the heart. That's how when I looked at that looked at that situation. I could be wrong there, and if I am, brother, correct me. If a brother's listening to this, better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. So, I mean, that's like I heard Dr. Dre a long time ago in a documentary. He said it gets greater later, and that's describing that. So, better is the end of a thing than the beginning. The beginning is where the struggle and stuff like that is, where you're trying to figure things out, where you don't understand. At the end, you should understand. You should understand the end game. And it says, the patient in spirit is better than the proud of spirit. Those who will be able to endure wait. It's better to be able to endure in the wait, because the prize is normally better. People that are proud of spirit, oh, they can't wait, and patient, they normally have their reward. They have their reward, see, pretty much. Be not hasty in the spirit to be angry, for anger is resteth in the bosom of fools. So, I mean, that's another, be wise. I mean, it's not saying that you don't have to be angry, because you can't be angry, because, it says be angry but sin not, but it says be not in thy spirit. So be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry. So don't be quick to be angry. There's nothing wrong with being angry, but don't be quick to be angry. For anger resteth in the bosom of fools. I look at Star Wars, man. Anakin Skywalker, he was angry. He could not control himself, and then he did foolish things because of that. Say not thou. Let me see. No, so I'll go skip to 12. So it says, for wisdom is a defense. So wisdom is a defense. No, having knowledge is a defense. It also says money is a defense. So having wisdom is a defense. So knowledge, because you're able to defend when somebody comes up to you and tries to debate or says something that's incorrect. You're able to defend that, or defend the gospel. It says money is a defense. So in the terms of where I was going with it earlier, a lot of people are talking about Bitcoin, and I mean a lot of, like, I knew about it in '08. I didn't invest, probably should have, but it is what it is. And that's us putting our not putting our trust in riches, but there's nothing wrong with doing with investing and stuff like that. Because again, money is a defense, so there's nothing wrong with having money. You need money, and I was seeing a lot of people like kind of down in that, like, you trusting in the system. It's not about trusting in the system. Um, it's more or less having a defense. At the end of the day, I mean, it's all bullshit. It's all vanity, but there's nothing wrong with having money. So, like I said, I've seen a lot of extra activity about that this week, and at the end of the day, man, it's not gonna kill you to have money. Like, just don't put your all into getting money. That's the difference. But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it. So it says wisdom giveth life to those that have it. So you can have all the money in the world, you'd be dead because you don't have any wisdom. You don't have the knowledge. So I mean, and you see people, MC Hammer, and I'm not to speak down on him, but a lot of people that have money, they don't have wisdom and they lose it. I mean, that's the um, Most High's plan anyway, but just more or less going over that. And then this is kind of just make things, and this is kind of like a nice little metaphor parable, but it says, consider the work of God, for who can make that straight which he hath made crooked? When God makes something, it is what it is. Like, for instance, the wicked. The wicked is there to be wicked. The righteous is there to be righteous. There's a purpose. Um, let's see. I'll end it with this. It says, "Be not righteous over much, neither make thyself over wise. Why shouldest thou destroy thyself?" So don't do too much. Keep it simple. I mean, of course, be righteous. You know, continue to chase wisdom, but don't overdo it. Too much of anything will kill you. And a lot of people destroyed themselves from that. Be not over much wicked, neither be thou foolish. Why shouldst thou die before thy time? So again, it's just about balance right there. That's balance. Don't be over righteous. Don't be over wicked. Like you got to be balanced in life. God is about balance. I just finished watching the movie Unbreakable also, and it was a nice quote, or roughly paraphrasing to Mr. Glass, Elijah Price, where he said, he searched all his life. He said, if there's somebody on this end of the spectrum that's that's weak and brittle and frail, then there has to be somebody on the other end of the spectrum that's indestructible, and that's balance. Well, that's all I got today. Until next time, Lord willing, shalom.